The way that you talk to the lender, especially when it's early, can affect how much time and flexibility you will keep later. The problem is that silence doesn't stop anything. It just means that things will move forward without any of your own input. Let me start here. If you're watching this and you're feeling uneasy about your mortgage, you're not late to the conversation. You're early enough to still have choices. And I know there are two kinds of people that are watching this right now. Some of you are already behind. And some of you, you're not behind yet, but you feel it's coming. You're doing math in your head. You're moving bills around. You're hoping nothing else hits you this month. Both of you are exactly who this video is for. Because what most people don't realize is this. The way that you talk to the lender, especially when it's early, can affect how much time and flexibility you will keep later. One sentence can change how the next few months will feel. So I want to walk you through this the same way I would if we were sitting here together across from each other at the kitchen table. It's something you can actually use. If you're not behind yet or you're right on the edge, this is actually the strongest position you can be in right now. And your goal now isn't to fix anything. Your goal is to collect information while you still have some breathing room. Because later, when you're going to be stressed, the hardest part isn't calling. The hardest part is not knowing what to ask when you call. So right now, you want to learn about what options the lender even has available, which options exists early, which options disappear once the pressure starts, and what documents they usually ask for, and who you're supposed to contact so you're not bounced around. Because when you have that information early, you can plan ahead. You'll know that if you ever get behind, you already know what's available to you, right? And if you need help, you already know what the bank will ask you for. And you already know what the next step is. So that's how people stay calm when things get tight. And now let's talk about the people who are behind, because this is where the fear starts. So when the phone rings and you don't answer it, I bet it feels like you're buying time and it feels like you're protecting your peace, right? And honestly, yeah, I get that. A lot of homeowners freeze here because they're thinking that they don't even know what to say or they don't want to make it worse. So they push it aside and say, I'll deal with it later and I'll call them when I'm ready. But you know, the problem is that silence doesn't stop anything. It just means that things will move forward without any of your own input. And the longer the silence stretches, the fewer options you usually have to your disposal. So answering the call doesn't force a decision. Please know that. It doesn't mean that you're agreeing to anything. It simply means that it keeps you as part of the conversation. And being part of the conversation matters more than people realize. Now, here's the other thing that happens. So people finally answer the phone and then they start explaining everything. They start telling their whole story, what happened, why they're behind, why next month might be a better month to make a payment, why they're waiting on something. And that urge is absolutely human, but long explanations create pressure, especially when you're still figuring it out yourself. Because when you talk too much, one of two things will happen. You either end up making promises that you can't keep, or you end up sounding uncertain and the conversation will get steered against you. And then later on, you hang up and you are thinking to yourself, wait a minute, did I just say something wrong? Did I just lock myself into something? Did I just mess up my own options? So you see what I mean? So the goal isn't to explain your whole life on the first call. The goal is to stay steady, short, and clear. I gotta give you a simple way to handle the conversation on whether you're early or already behind. Just keep it short. Just say something like, I'm aware of the situation, or I'm reviewing my options right now. I want to stay engaged while I understand the best next step. That's it. That sentence does a lot for you. It basically tells them that you're not avoiding, you're not disappearing, you're taking this seriously, and you're not making random promises. And then you ask for clarity. Just ask them if they can tell you in what stage your loan is on their side at the current moment and what deadlines you're facing in the next 30 days or so. Because once you know stage plus deadline, you stop guessing, right? And when you stop guessing, you stop panicking. You're not solving everything on that call. You're protecting your ability to choose well after the call. That's the win. So if the lender hasn't even called you yet, that usually means that you still have some room. And this is where people get tricked because they think that would be serious. They would probably get a call. And because of that, they will deal with it later. But the smartest time to prepare is when nothing feels urgent yet. Because when you're calm, you make calm decisions, and they're easier when you're not scared. And this is when learning your options matter the most. You need to be building your plan while you still have time to breathe. And that's what protects you later. And at this point, there are really two directions that people go with this. Some homeowners are still trying very hard to keep the house. And if that's you, then you need to understand every option that the bank might offer you. And most importantly, which ones actually help before you agree to anything. Others that are watching are starting to feel that keeping the home may not be realistic. And if that's where you are, you need to understand the exit strategies that protect you also before pressure makes the decision for you. I break both of those paths down step by step. So choose the one that fits where you are right now and start there.